Hello.
Hello.
Heyo.
Happy Thursday.
Oh, there's a scandal.
Yep. Got another scandal.
Oh, man. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that as well at some point today. But good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great start to your day. It's just past 7, so we're already an hour into this fine award-winning program. Going to be sunny today, high 40. Later on tonight, we're looking at clouds increasing and maybe even bringing some snow with a low down to 30. We're looking at possible chance for some snowing and maybe even some snow. That's the snow that happens when you're sleeping at night. Some snore snow.
Snore snow.
Yeah, snore snow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're going to be, oh, what's happening outside? I don't care. I'm sleeping. Oh, maybe it's snowing. That's snore snow.
Huh.
All right. Let's find out what's happening in the news this morning.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. Some of the local stories we're covering for you. State officials asking questions of the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services office regarding the quiet shutdown of their Benton Harbor office. The building, which is located at 401 8th Street, has been closed for weeks without any public notice other than a printout on the front door. Employees have been forced to work remotely or at other state offices. People seeking services told to go online or travel to Cass or Van Buren County offices. That's not sitting well with our state lawmakers. Senate Republican leader Eric Nesbitt issued a statement yesterday saying he's troubled about what's happening there. He says it's completely unacceptable and that the agency has a duty to be fully transparent on the matter. State Representative Joey Andrews also says this is not an ideal situation.
Yeah, we're keeping up on it, and I think our plan is to check in and see if we can get a timeline from them as soon as possible so that people aren't having to go to Hartford and Cass and make that kind of a trek just to get served.
There are 170 employees who work out of that Benton Harbor facility. Inside the agency office are a number of services, including Children's Protective Services and Labor and Economic Opportunity Office. A reopening date for the building has not been determined. Congressman Tim Walberg is officially running for re-election. He's turned in the required petition signatures to secure a spot on the ballot in November. According to the Michigan Secretary of State's office, no other candidate has filed for the Michigan 5th District as of Wednesday morning. The deadline to file is April 23rd. The Benton Harbor St. Joseph YMCA has launched a new $4.4 million capital campaign to improve its facility on Hollywood Road in St. Joseph. The YMCA's Jill Habush tells us that another Century of Service campaign is aimed at rejuvenating and expanding the facility. The campaign will have 2 phases. Phase 1 seeks $2.4 million.
The first phase is going to include locker room renovations, a playground which has actually already been installed, and then a rework of the steam room, which actually comes into play because it will be off of the locker room area as well. So that locker room will encompass the steam room as well.
It will also include upgraded cardio space flooring. Habush says phase 2 will seek $2 million for the new gym.
The additional gymnasium comes into play just because we've got additional programming, the uptake of youth basketball. Of course, pickleball is all the rage with some of the adults and seniors. We've got before and after school care and summer child care in our facilities.
It'll also, the Habush says the current building was constructed in 1981 and is in need of a refresh. Plus, the YMCA has more programming today than it did back then. The organization has already raised about $1.6 million from major supporters and is now launching a public fundraising campaign to collect the rest. Anyone who wants to donate can do so online. And 2 Berrien County elementary schools are receiving the gift of free books from the Michigan Education Trust.
Nice.
Free books. MET's Heather Barthamus tells us the trust has donated more than $1,000 each to 19 schools around the state so that they can purchase books.
We decided to do this type of promotion in conjunction with the celebration of our 35th anniversary. And as a part of that, we wanted to give back. So one of the things we did was put out a call to local elementary schools mostly to see if any of these schools wanted to become a school partner of the Michigan Education Trust.
The Michigan Education Trust enables parents to lock in college tuition for their children at current rates so that when their child heads off to college, there can be significant savings. Barthelmess says by giving books to children, MET can help them get on the right path.
We all know that books are a foundation to every child's education, and the more access that they have, the more places they can explore and things they can learn about.
Among the schools receiving the donations are Watervliet South Elementary School and the Sodus Township School District number 5's River School. They've each been given a $1,020 gift certificate from Schuler Books, enabling each school to purchase about 70 books of their choice.
All right.
Yeah, books. It's they're like stepping stones to knowledge.
Ah, yes.
You like that? In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
They make good steps too.
They do make good steps, but they're heavy sometimes.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, we'll get to speaking of learning and knowledge, always learning with our friends Barry and Brisa. Going to be coming up here in just a few minutes. Also going to catch you up with sports. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. One of Major League Baseball.
Two years in a row, I tell you, mispronouncing people's names.
It's a tough job.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. I mean, I always ask people, well, how do you pronounce your name? But I mean, especially in news, it's hard because if one person does the story, then you pass it off to another person.
Mark Teixeira.
Yeah.
Former New York Yankee.
Yep.
So his name is not a common spelling.
No.
I mean,
Teixeira.
There's an X in it. Yep. And still to this day, there's also a news story that has to deal with someone who stole and distributed classified information.
Yep.
And I still hear some people call him Teixeira.
Yep.
Not the baseball player, the spy, alleged spy.
Yeah, we talked about that guy.
And the other person called Teixeira. So they're saying it both ways. Yeah, I don't think Teixeira. I don't think that's accurate. I think it's Teixeira.
You never know.
You never know, though. You're right.
It's
family might decide.
Yeah, you have to ask, country of origin, or at least how do you pronounce it?
Yeah,
because
how do you pronounce it?
So many people that I've talked to, like, this is how I would pronounce it, and this is probably how it was probably pronounced way back wherever in the country of origin, and maybe other family members on the tree pronounce it a different way. But how do you say it when you introduce yourself?
Yeah, even members of the same family can have a disagreement over how their last name is pronounced.
Oh, yeah.
Or their first names.
Even the spelling.
That's accurate. Like, I want the traditional spelling.
I remember my football coach, farmer in Eau Claire, Ferry, Ferry.
Okay, Ferry.
Yeah. And his father, most people that I knew, their grandfather, he went to Ireland to get a little more history on the family.
Yeah, cultured.
Found out that it's got an A in it. It's Farry, Ferry. So he decided
F-A-E?
So Ferry was how they spelled it. Like, that's how I grew up. One of my teachers, then he went over there to Ireland and realized it's Farry.
Oh.
And so he ended up changing it.
Okay.
So, like, that's confusing, man. Like, you telling me all the other however many people in the family need to start changing their names, and the kids that you have, that's like 30 people that would have to change their names.
And it probably traces back to some U.S. government person at Ellis Island or something like that saying, it's what? Ferry? Huh. Yeah, that's ERY. That's how we do it over here.
Exactly.
That's your name.
My dad, his official spelling of his name, Kurt, was Kirt.
Oh, okay. I like that.
At the hospital. His parents actually wanted it to be Kurt.
The common spelling.
The common spelling of Kurt. And something got lost in translation. I know my grandparents couldn't really speak English when they came here.
Yeah.
So something got lost in translation. And so, my dad would always have to sign stuff and write stuff out, Kirt.
Oh, he never got it changed.
Oh. It's like, wouldn't you just go and get it changed real quick? I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff to go through, but that's like me.
And it costs money.
Jonny, Jonny,
right?
Not Johnnny. Because why would you put an H in there? It's Jonathan is my full name. So
do you sign Jonathan?
Now I sign Jonny. But if I have to do official documents like my driver's license and stuff like that, I make sure that it is in Jonathan.
Okay.
Really, it's J, scribble, scribble, scribble.
Scribble, scribble, scribble.
R, scribble, scribble, scribble. And then a little bit of a loop back for the T.
Welcome to those of you enjoying the exclusive content on our video live stream. Hello. Got Bill there. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, good morning, Bill.
Hello, sir.
Cold start to the morning. Cold start. Johnny Lightning.
Johnny Lighting.
Or Johnny Lighting. Lighting is what it is.
Johnny Lighting.
So I don't know.
So is there something wrong with your lighting?
I don't know. Johnny Lighting.
It's a great name.
Too bright.
I like that name, though. Johnny Lighting.
When I was in college, I was in the theater. I was in the theater. And another nickname that some people will call me, because what we did in between rehearsal time, we'd go outside and throw the football around. Well, a bunch of theater guys, they didn't know, they weren't athletes, so they didn't know how to really throw the football.
Okay.
So I grabbed the football and I can actually throw it pretty well.
Okay.
And I throw the football and they're like, whoa. So they gave me the nickname.
Were they acting at the time?
No.
Okay.
No, I can actually sling it pretty well. Much better than they could.
Okay.
And so they thought, we're going to start calling you Johnny Laser Rocket Arm.
Ooh.
Long name, but a pretty awesome one.
That's kind of fun, though.
Yeah. Like, oh, well, you're Johnny Laser Rocket Arm. Pretty self-explanatory. Like, you obviously can throw something.
Yeah.
Pretty far or throw. Or hard.
So you went to college at SMC. And yesterday you were at SMC.
I was.
You were killing all kinds of birds with one stone.
I was.
Because you did a speech to career folks. You got something to say.
I did.
And then you also probably gave some acting tips.
Oh, I'm sure.
For the Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, it was fun. I ended up.
How did the speech go? We got to know.
The presentation, I think, went all right.
Okay.
When I got there, I wasn't sure if I was actually still on the list of speaking because I walked into the room and the lights weren't on. Because
were you there? Or you got there early?
I got there early. I got there like 11.
All right.
And I wasn't supposed to talk till 11:30.
Okay.
And so I got there, went into the room. I knew where I was going because they said you're going to be the library at SMC. There's the Matthews Conference Center, East and West.
Okay.
Big room, smaller room. They said you'll be in the smaller room, podium and everything, and chairs set up. Well, I walk in there and the lights are off. I'm like, okay. I thought going into
and no one's in there.
I thought going into this when they asked me, hey, would you speak at the career fair? At first I thought, oh, you mean set up a table for the career fair? They're like, no. Just do like a half-hour slot. You talk about your career. And I thought there would be more people on the list to continue to speak throughout that career fair. No, apparently I was the only one. It was a special thing just for me, which felt good.
That is very nice.
So they brought in a small group of kids from the music department, as well as they had asked people from the communications department but apparently they got lost in communication and they didn't show up.
Oh.
Marketing, nobody showed up from there. So I had about half a dozen to a dozen kids in there, which I preferred small group.
Okay. So 6 to 12.
And had a chance to talk to them. They had great questions. I talked about my career, talked about, the jobs that exist in the radio biz.
Yeah.
And we had a great conversation. Actually, at first I was like, can I really fit all of this stuff in a half an hour? That's a lot. It's a lot of talking. And I haven't had that long of a career, only about, half my life. But no, I talked about a lot of different stuff. But what I really wanted to get into was the questions, because you see people, you're talking to them about different stuff, and they kind of nod their head or they kind of go, It's like, and I kind of just looked out and I said, you were making indication that you had a question. They're like, oh, I have a question.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, you were nodding your head about certain things that I said, and so they asked about everything from the music to talk what it's like to what's my daily chores and things that I do. What's my day look like besides doing a radio show? So yeah, that was really good. And I
Any
think
converts?
I think there's a few.
Okay.
I think there was one kid that said she was interested in radio, but also like sound technician and
Mhm.
things like that. And I was like, oh, okay, we could make something happen there.
That is interesting for somebody to be, and that's what I love. I wish I had that when I was a kid of understanding kind of what's that one single passion. I mean, for
Yeah.
somebody to be interested in audio technology
Mhm.
at I assume a young person's age,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yep.
To know not only that exists, but then have a passion for it.
Right. Well, and even me, they also asked, or one of the people from the career development
Are
team.
you taking off your shoes
No, I
over
was
there?
tying my shoe.
Oh, okay.
Asked me, is this something that you wanted to do when you were in high school? And
Yeah.
I was like, well, really, it started as a summer job.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, do manual labor. So I thought,
Hey, you got air conditioning,
hey,
right?
I'll talk for a living. I'll talk for the summer. And I thought it was just going to be a summer job that would get me into college.
Sure.
But I kept doing it while I was at college at SMC.
Yeah.
And then just kind of kept doing it, even got a degree in not radio, but in theater and more on the technology side of things. And I thought, I guess I'll take a shot at this whole radio thing and see if it works out. And
Yeah.
I think it's been working out okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Good.
But yeah, no, it was really fun to talk to them about it. So
Nice. And then you went over and saw that you were attracted back to the stage.
Yes. No, I was talking to my buddy who works over there. He's the choir director. And I was
Okay.
like, hey, what are you doing? You didn't show up to my thing. I thought you were coming to my thing. And he's like, oh, no, I'm getting ready for the musical. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's this weekend. And so I ended up scheduling time. I went back home and was still able to interview them from there because they weren't ready yet.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, well, I'll catch up with you guys later. I talked to like half the cast of Little Shop of Horrors. It was really great to hear from them, and they look like they're really excited. And I know some of them because I've had a chance to sing with them.
Yep.
I know they're talented. I know they're going to be good. So if you have a chance, Dowagiac, Bill, I think you're in the Dowagiac area. Little Shop of Horrors this weekend opens tonight. So there's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think it's 7 or 7:30. And then there's a 2:00 on Sunday. So it's only like $10. $10 for a musical. That's pretty cheap for a quality performance of theater. And a cool space there at the Lions building at SMC.
Sweet.
Sit in the same seat that I've probably sat in at some point. There's a plaque on the back of one of the seats.
Is there really?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not.
Like maybe you donated a lot of money there.
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
Maybe someday. They do have bricks in certain parts because they have like an alumni plaza. They do have bricks that you can purchase.
That's
I have
smart.
Not done that yet.
That's smart.
But good morning to Alex.
Hey, Alex. Good morning.
Speaking of pronouncing of names, we were talking about Svetlev. Is that how you say it?
That's how
I would say him, right?
Well, I think we've met. Yeah.
You've met? Okay.
Alex Svetlev.
Svetlev.
Is that right, Alex?
Seems right.
Okay.
Seems like it's pretty phonetic the way it's spelled.
And then also the other person there is Jeffrey. Don't call me a three-wheeler, McGrew.
McGrew.
Yeah.
Don't call him a three-wheeler. What?
He's a motorcycle guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's also known as Jeffrey. Don't call me a Honda guy anymore.
Oh.
McGrew. Because he's now a Mr. Harley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he graduated.
Oh, he had a Honda?
Well, Hondas are great. I love Hondas. He didn't have a Honda. He had like a whole bunch of Hondas, and they were pristine, blueprint, beautiful, old school motorcycles.
Nice.
And then
Dwayne.
Then he got rid of them. Hey, Dwayne.
So a Honda Goldwing? Was it Goldwing, the classic?
I don't think they were Goldwings. I think they were the CB. I don't know what they were. I've got the 550.
Not the cruiser bikes, more of like the
750.
Little... Okay.
I mean, they're street bikes, but they're commuter bikes, I guess.
Okay.
Commuter bikes.
My dad had the Goldwing back in the day. He said, what do you say? Stop. I love the old Hondas.
I kept mine.
I like the, what is it? Triumph.
Those are beautiful.
Are cool.
Those are beautiful bikes.
Or the Indians. Those are neat.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are beautiful.
Yeah.
I like the Triumph. My dad had a Triumph. It was yellow. He actually had it painted, I kid you not, by
Ooh.
Arlen Ness
Oh,
at one point, because he was out in California at the time. And I looked at the new Triumphs, and they're cool.
Mhm.
They look good.
yeah.
But some of the things are a little decorative because it's
Mhm.
fuel injection now, and they used to be carburetors. And I think they've actually got a thing that looks like a carburetor,
Oh, come
but
on.
it's fuel injection.
Oh, come on.
It's like, no, just own it.
Jeff said no gold wings, small CBs and
Yeah.
CLs.
Yeah, the CBs. I don't
Yeah,
know.
why would you do that? Why would you
Make it look like that?
make
'Cause
a
it's old
decorative
school.
thing? Oh, we need to make it look old school. Like I imagine that at some point with the bikes that are if they make electric motorcycles, they'll just be like, oh well, the gas tank is actually where the battery is.
Yeah.
But I bet it would still have a little thing at the top to where it would be like oh well, this is where you would put the fuel in, but it's not the fuel cap, it's actually maybe the charging cap or something. I'm sure they'll do something like that.
What's Bill say there? Triumph has a new dirt bike.
Triumph has a new
racing
bike
Supercross
now.
Oh,
Dang.
is Bull Taco still out there? That's another bike brand.
Bull Taco?
Yeah. Yeah, check it out.
Bull Taco. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Spanish manufacturer of the two-stroke motorcycles. Oh, it looks like they stopped in 83. That's too bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they did trail bikes or if those were the motocross. Trial?
I've always wanted one of those motorcycles that are the military motorcycles with the sidecars.
Yeah, those would be fun.
I would love to get one of those. So
put Plinko in it.
Yeah.
Little goggles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got to take Plinko to the vet today.
Oh, check up?
No, he's got a weird limp. Like
he still has
got some pain. So we're not sure where the pain's coming from. So anyways, he's old. When you deal with an old dog, as you know, it's every little thing you're like, what the heck is this? What's going on here? But yeah, he's got this little limp where he's not wanting to put weight on one leg. So we're trying to figure out what the issue is.
Maybe he's got a little sliver in his pod.
I looked.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. I'm almost thinking there's something like he hurt his ribs or something like that. Maybe
falling off the bed or something.
Yeah, maybe he fell off the couch or something. Who knows? I mean, you think about it, the couch is not that far off the ground, but to a 6-pound dog, that's like jumping off a cliff. So we'll get him checked out, do a little checkup, see what's going on.
Should we talk about the Loch Ness Monster?
We should talk about the Loch Ness Monster here in just a few minutes, because Always Learning with Mary and Risa wrapping up here. You can check out the podcast at WSJM.com and the WSJM app. We'll have your Bloomberg Market Minute here in just a moment, so let's save the Loch Ness Monster for a few minutes.
Going back underwater.
But there's a lot of other things going on this morning. I'm excited to talk more about that. So. But the interesting thing I found, that we may also talk about here in just a moment, is how often do you use the middle finger or swear?
It depends. I feel like it depends on the lunar phase.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Depends
how you're feeling.
I just feel silly doing the bird anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I do that. I don't think I've ever done that much, except for when I'm on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
No, I don't do that.
I just found it interesting. There was a study on college students here in the state of Michigan.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, they studied
looking specifically at the Michigan kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they did a study with them. So it was through IFL Science, I believe, did some studies.
You know what that stands for, right? I bleeping love science.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great outlet.
Oh, it's a great source.
Yeah.
High quality source.
Yeah. They mince no words.
Yeah. Can you believe it? Baseball is a week away. MLB baseball.
And your official Tigers station is WSJM.
Yep. We will have Tigers, I believe, the first game on Thursday. I believe Thursday is opening day for all. And I was just looking at the schedule. Got it here. They will play against the White Sox at the White Sox in Chicago. 3:45 pregame, first pitch around 4:10. And you'll hear it here on 94.9 WSJM. So we'll have that for you. And then we'll also have, their whole season, all 162 games, right here on 94.9.
So we have the broadcast of the Detroit Tigers.
Yep.
Do we get any special perks as the station?
Like tickets and stuff?
Well, I want tickets to opening day because I think they're giving away a hockey jersey.
What?
Yeah.
Like a Red Wings jersey, or is it like is it a hockey jersey, but it's Detroit Tigers?
It's Detroit Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they're working with the Red Wings or what,
Maybe.
But it says on April 6th, the first 15,000 fans will get a Detroit Tigers hockey jersey. So I guess it's a hockey jersey with the Detroit Tigers on it.
Ooh, that'll be good. That's April 6th?
Yeah, and that's the Saturday. And then on Sunday, it's Kids Day. Fans 14 and under and Johnny can get autographs from players on the concourse and free rides on the Ferris wheel.
What? There's a Ferris wheel there?
That's what they say.
Oh, man.
And then after the game, kids will be able to run the bases on the field.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's been a dream.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk more in just a moment. Let's find out what's going on here.
A 94.9 WSJM.
Just about 7:30. It's Thursday. Oh, man. Friday Eve, or as you like to call it, Friday Junior.
Friday Junior.
Sunny today, high 40. Cloudy tonight with a chance for some snow later on with a low of 30. Then possible chances for some snow sprinkled in throughout the next couple of days. They did say, somebody was saying we were going to get like 6 to 7 inches of snow.
Okay.
But I don't see.
You're not seeing that?
I'm not seeing that, at least on the forecast. They're saying sunny and kind of cold, but I don't see anything that says snow expected. So maybe it's first part of next week. I don't know. We'll keep our eye on it.
It's going to get warmer again next week.
Yeah,
I think the meteorologists are confused.
Yeah.
Because of the warm weather.
Absolutely.
They don't know what to call it these days.
They're
just throwing their pencils in the air going, I don't know.
Yeah. They're pencils they got when they graduated from meteorology school. Oh, this pencil got me through college and all my meteorological training. I toss it out the window. Oh, I look out the window and I realize it's snowing. Oh, look at that. I learned something. All right, let's find out what's happening in the news this morning.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. Here's some of the local stories we're covering for you. Indiana, Michigan Power's Cook Nuclear Plant, Unit 2, will begin its 27th refueling outage this weekend, Saturday, March 23rd at 3 a.m. Power was reduced on Unit 2 a Wednesday, I guess this morning, yesterday morning, actually, to allow for equipment testing before the outage begins. The unit will have operated for 12,023 hours during its last cycle.
Oh,
that's a lot of work. At a capacity factor of 99.4%, that means they generated a whole lot of megawatts of electricity. So anyway, the refueling is coming up. It'll start this Saturday. Unit 1 at the Cook Nuclear Plant remains at 100%.
All right.
No disruptions expected.
Cool.
State officials are asking questions of the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services office regarding their quiet shutdown of the Benton Harbor office. People seeking services have been told to go online or travel to Cass or Van Buren County offices. They also have some services set up at the Michigan Works office in Benton Harbor. Senate Republican leader Eric Nesbitt issuing a statement on Wednesday saying he's troubled about what's happening there. He says it's completely unacceptable, and he wants the state agency to be fully transparent on the matter. And State Representative Joey Andrews and Pauline Wenzel are part of a new bipartisan group of lawmakers proposing legislation to grow the nuclear energy industry in Michigan. They have a slew of tax incentives meant to grow the nuclear energy industry in Michigan. We'll talk more about that at 8 o'clock. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Sports in just a couple of minutes. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the state.
The Michigan News Network.
All right. You want to save Loch Ness Monster for when we're on the air? I think that makes sense.
You do all of them?
I do want to tell you about the middle finger, though.
You always tell me about that.
That's good for the exclusive content here.
All right.
So IFL Science, which you
yes.
you told me what that means, but I won't repeat it.
Okay.
I love science.
Yes.
They said that they did a recent study on college students in Michigan.
Okay.
And found that using curse words and making obscene gestures can actually increase a person's pain tolerance.
I agree with that.
So participants were asked to swear and use taboo gestures while undergoing pain-inducing tasks. This sounds like a lot of fun. This would be fun to not only conduct the study, but also be a part of the study.
Well, I mean, how do you pain-inducing tasks? What's a pain-inducing task?
Could be anything from doing something that you get shocked, like a little electrical shock thing, or something that's really
like, oh, here's that cheese. I'm going to go reach for the cheese. Oh no!
And then you say, ah! Yeah.
Say what?
Ah! Yeah, the researchers discovered that engaging in the taboo acts enabled the students to endure pain significantly longer compared to engaging in neutral behaviors. This suggests that swearing and giving the middle finger may have an analgesic, yeah, that word effect.
Huh.
So there you go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you feel that's true?
I think so.
Do you think you've experienced that?
Yeah, I think so. Because even when lifting weights, or, if you're trying to max out, trying to get that max out, you have that yell or something. Yeah. If you say a curse word, I mean, obviously you don't want to use your middle finger when you're lifting a bench press. You want to use all your fingers. But yeah, I could see that. Or I just imagine getting I call them titty twisters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
sir.
Imagine getting those. Yeah, yell a little bit for that. Yeah. What else do they call it? What's another term for that? I don't know.
A pain-inducing task.
Hey, that's a pain-inducing task. That is a pain-inducing task.
I wonder if they also tried similar sounding or syllables, because I think you're right. It's the yelling that gets you through it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the word itself, it's just the act of yelling.
And I think though, you feel
tennis matches.
Right. You get a bit of a relief though when you do that to somebody. Like if somebody in doing that and you even the finger.
Like when you're driving.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of relief.
You feel a little bit of relief. Yeah.
Until they come and knock on your window.
Or if somebody's, doing something like plucking your hairs or something.
Eyebrows.
Yeah. I do that on a regular basis. I get that done.
Okay.
As you can tell. I keep myself looking good. But yeah, so there you go.
I can see the rails of the show from here because we went off.
No, we are right on track, baby. Diane says baseball in the snow, that'll be interesting. Yeah, the first part of the season is always tricky for the northern teams that don't have a dome. Like Chicago Cubs, I always remember watching the first couple games, and not only is the ivy not ready on the back wall, but also you've got guys with like ski masks on and wearing gloves, try and keep themselves warm, big sweaters to keep them warm, hoodies even underneath their jerseys.
Yeah, it's hard to eat a hot dog when you're cold.
That too. Yeah,
or a chili dog or something. I guess a chili dog would be better.
When I played baseball in high school, we had to play baseball in the snow.
Yeah,
like one of our games.
It's unfair.
I'm worried that some of these games, because I know we've had folks come in from. We talked with was it Coach Dan from Lakeshore High School that stopped by, brought us the rings.
Oh yeah,
brought us the World Series rings. He said that, hey, we've got a game coming up, I think on the 28th. I don't know what the 28th weather forecast is, but if it's snow. But we played in the snow, and in high school you use metal bats. And
yeah.
imagine using a cold metal bat.
I bet they shatter.
We cracked a couple of them.
Yeah.
We've cracked the bat, and then also just that you had to keep the bat warm. So we'd have like people with like blankets or heating pads to kind of keep the bats at a decent temperature. But ooh, man, when you hit that ball, not good. You say those words that you're not supposed to say.
I say those words sometimes when I get a little tired of the tink tink, because we have a baseball field, practice field nearby, and when they practice, you hear the
ting ting tink. They don't tink that much anymore, though, do they?
They do.
I thought they use a different material. They still use aluminum, but I thought they
maybe I can give them coupons for new bats. Because you must be using the old tink bats.
Oh man. Yeah, that's that's coming up because you're not too far from the high school ball field, right?
Well, the high school ball field is
far enough away,
but there's a little league field that's just across the street.
Yep.
Next to where Moody lives.
Yeah. So yeah, that's busy during the summer, I'm sure.
Yeah. Parking becomes a premium. I wish I could charge for parking there.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
I know. I'm looking forward to Niles has their as I said, the 28th. I think that's when they have a game against Lakeshore next week. So I might have to walk on down there because the baseball field, I can hear the baseball field. I can hear the football field.
Nice.
And parking gets a little tricky during Friday nights for the football games at my house.
I love the football field. It's since the redo.
Oh yeah, it's
looks
fantastic.
So nice.
One of the best fields around. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I don't know how good Niles' baseball team is, but I know Lakeshore is usually pretty solid. So just love baseball.
Well, and they've got good coaching.
I love baseball. I love seeing the fundamentals being utilized. I was an outfielder, so I'd like to see the good catches. The diving is my favorite.
Yeah,
I was a diver. I was really good at diving and catching the ball. I did the dive and the barrel roll. And then it was so cool. You roll over, your hat flies off, and you just hold up the ball. It feels so cool. So cool. Can I do it now? Definitely not.
Sure.
Can I run down a fly ball? Probably
Absolutely.
not. Probably not.
Absolutely.
Bill says hot dogs are hard to eat at any time.
What if they're boiled? Like 5 or 6 of them are in a pot and you just boil them for a while. The old boiled hot dogs. That's how my mom used to make them.
Ketchup on a hot dog.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about it?
Absolutely.
All the time?
All the time. Yeah.
Over the years.
Ketchup, relish, mustard, mayonnaise if you got it, relish, onions, chili.
All right. Other question.
Gummy bears.
What about ketchup on a bratwurst?
No.
Okay. Just mustard.
Just mustard.
Just mustard.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Stone ground mustard if you have it.
Yeah. Ideal. Yeah, and then maybe a little sauerkraut on there.
You'll love it. Yep.
But yeah, the debate of the ketchup on a hot dog. Of course, the Chicago style hot dog. Absolutely not. No ketchup on a Chicago style hot dog. Just a little bit of mustard.
I've heard that.
You get the sport peppers. You get the tomatoes, the celery salt.
Yeah, those are good.
The green relish, not the regular relish. The
neon green relish. Yeah, that's
that doesn't even look nutritious at all.
So good.
But you put that on there. I do like the Chicago dog. It's just such a mess to try and eat.
Yeah.
Because I almost want to just like take the basic salad that you get on top of that thing of the tomatoes and the peppers and all that stuff and push that to the side, then eat the hot dog.
I had the vegetarian version of the Chicago dog down at Dog Slinger recently, and it was so good. Yeah, because the peppers are what make it, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Those spicy sport peppers. Not a fan of spicy, but there's enough balance between everything else that's on there that is pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Diane agrees. No ketchup on a brat.
Can't have ketchup on a brat.
No.
All
right. We are talking here in about a minute. Get back on the terrestrial side of things.
Paramount Pictures. Apparently, someone's trying to buy them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow.
That's big.
Private equity firm Apollo Global Management
Oh,
has offered $11 billion
oh
for
my.
Paramount Global's Paramount Pictures film studio.
Just the film studio,
Just
not
the
all
film
the other
studio.
stuff. Okay. Because that's a Viacom CBS deal, right?
I don't know.
I believe Viacom has them and a bunch of other pieces. That would be huge.
Yeah.
What's going to happen to Paramount Plus then?
The film studio is considered the jewel of the Paramount Media conglomerate with an expansive movie library that includes classics including The Godfather.
Oh, yeah.
Breakfast at Tiffany's,
Yep.
which I just gave them a little residual.
The Mission Impossible series.
Mission Impossible series, Star Trek, Transformers,
Top Gun, and Top Gun 2. All right. Get back to the show here.
All right.
Hello. Be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email letstalk@WSJM.com as well. We are on our Facebook, YouTube, and X talking about a lot of exclusive content that you have missed out on. But you're in luck, my friends. If you did miss it, you can always watch it again on our Facebook, YouTube, and X.
Yeah.
It's not live, though. It's not the same.
It's not the same. But it's just almost as good.
If you like, you subscribe, do all that stuff, you will be able to get notified when those things happen.
Yep.
Do you want to wrap up that Paramount thing real quick?
Let's see. Yeah, sure. So what we were talking about is Paramount Studios apparently is being offered $11 billion for the purchase price. That private equity firm Apollo Global Management has reportedly offered $11 billion for Paramount Global's Paramount Pictures film studio. Sources say they're not talking yet, but $11 billion is apparently on the table. Paramount Pictures has The Godfather, Breakfast at Tiffany's, Mission Impossible franchises, Star Trek, Transformers, and other stuff. The Financial Times newspaper is reporting that the Sherry Redstone, the media conglomerate's controlling shareholder through her stake in parent company National Amusements, has been reluctant to sell the studio that her father, Sumner Redstone, acquired back in 1994. So they're reluctant, but $11 billion on the table.
Sounds pretty good.
Some
to
of
me.
your reluctance might go away. Apparently, the deterioration of the global entertainment business has wiped out billions of dollars of value from the media company. It was formed through the reunion, as you mentioned, Johnny, CBS and Viacom back in 2019. But since then, Paramount's stock market value has tumbled by about $17 billion.
Yeah, I think this is the time.
Down to $7.7 billion. So they're worth $7.7 billion on paper. Someone has reportedly offered them, Apollo has offered them $11 billion. Maybe they sell.
I'd take it.
Redstone family considers their asset undervalued. It's kind of like an episode of Succession. Yeah, I know on paper we're only worth this much, but we think we're undervalued.
Somebody's offering you almost twice as much as what you're being valued at. I would probably say you're fine. Take the $11 billion.
Yeah, probably take that.
I would do that, especially with it on the downward trend of all that. So I think strike while the iron's hot, they say.
Yeah. Should Apollo succeed in its bid for Paramount Pictures, it could potentially combine the studio with another one of its Hollywood investments, Legendary Entertainment, which happens to have Dune, Godzilla versus Kong, a few other things.
A lot of big ones.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So
we'll see what ends up happening with that, but that would shake up too probably the Paramount Plus streaming service
maybe
as well.
I don't know.
So we'll see what ends up happening there. But another thing that seems like out of a Hollywood movie is the Loch Ness Monster. Surprised the Loch Ness Monster has ever really had a movie made about it, but it's been the elusive beast for many, many years.
Yes.
And you said there is new footage?
Yeah. So we just happened to be talking about the Loch Ness Monster this morning, and I did my random check for any news of the Loch Ness. Is Nessie still alive? And sure enough, just a couple of days ago, newly discovered monster pictures, Loch Ness Monster pictures, apparently the most compelling evidence yet.
Kidding me.
I say all this with an asterisk because who knows, people keep posting pictures of Bigfoot, and yet we've not found Bigfoot.
Mhm.
The images were originally taken by a person in 2018 while they were on holiday, walking along the banks of Loch Ness.
Okay.
It says here, Kelly and her husband Scott said they were shocked to see something odd surfacing in the water. They quickly grabbed her professional camera, not just a smartphone, a professional camera, and she says she snapped over 70 rapid fire photos using the camera's sports mode. So that's what it's for.
Yeah, that's
sport mode. I always wondered what the little sport mode was for. It's like,
it's when you're trying to catch something fast moving, right?
Catch a Loch Ness monster.
Okay.
After believing several images had been lost, Kelly's husband managed to save them in an automatic archive. So when stuff goes up to the cloud or whatever, the pictures have since been shared alongside a video of the images sliced together. So anyway, they're going to be televised on a show called the Cryptid Factor podcast.
Ooh, that sounds credible.
Yeah. So maybe new pictures from 2018 of the Loch Ness Monster show that there really is something there.
Okay. Did you see this about the highest paid baseball player of all time?
Okay.
Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, yeah.
Who
he's saving his money, right?
Made so he signed a contract before the season, about $700 million.
Okay. That's a lot of money.
To basically move down the street. Just a little bit.
That's
from
right.
The Los Angeles Angels to now the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yep.
He doesn't speak English all that well.
Okay.
He speaks Japanese.
Not his first language.
Not his first language. He speaks Japanese. But I think he can kind of understand most things. Usually when I see him do interviews, he can he kind of knows what's going on, but he has an interpreter.
Okay.
His interpreter in trouble. Well, actually, the job is open.
Oh, no.
The interpreter was fired yesterday afternoon after questions surrounding at least $4.5 million of wire transfers sent from Shohei Ohtani's bank account.
Oh, no.
To a bookmaking operation. So his name is I'm going to definitely butcher this name. Ipe Muzahara.
Yeah, that sounds right.
He is the longtime friend and interpreter of Shohei. He's been doing this for years, and he incurred the gambling debts to a Southern California bookmaking operation that is under federal investigation.
Oh.
This according to ESPN.
So an illegal gambling operation.
Not just like, the MGM book, all the different things you see on television. No, he decided to do something illegal with $4.5 million of his boss's money. So yeah, he's fired now.
So Shohei's not in trouble. It's his interpreter.
No, it's interpreter. So yeah, it's the classic.
But he used Shohei's money?
Yeah. It's the classic trusting your friends with your money, and they do the wrong things with it. So initially, a spokesperson for Ohtani told ESPN that Ohtani had transferred the funds to cover Mitsuhara, is how I'm going to say it.
Okay.
His gambling debt. He was covering for a friend. But the spokesman presented him to ESPN for a 90-minute interview on Tuesday night, during which Mitsuhara said his accounts in great detail. He said, however, an ESPN prepared to publish the story on Wednesday, the spokesperson discovered that Mitsuhara and Ohtani's lawyer would issue a statement. And in the course of responding to recent media inquiries, they discovered that Shohei has been the victim of a massive theft. It's only $4.5 million of his $700 million big bank account that he has now. That is a lot of money. He hasn't received all that money yet.
Yeah.
So they're turning matters over to the authorities. So he got fired.
Do you think we know the full story here?
I don't think so. I think there's still more to uncover.
Yeah.
Obviously, this just happened this week. So
yeah.
But I'm sure federal investigation will be into this. I don't know if because betting on baseball as an athlete, when you are an athlete yourself, cannot do that.
That's the whole Pete Rose rule, right?
Yeah. So we'll see what ends up happening and developing with that.
He has been the interpreter for one of Major League's, not one of, the highest paid, right?
Yep, the highest paid.
The highest paid major leaguer, and he decides he's gonna bet
steal a little bit
on other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's the allegation.
Well, yeah, it's basically he'd been betting. He fell into a hole. He needed some help, and that Shohei.
But he's
bailed him
personal
out.
friends with Shohei.
Yep.
They go to the dugout together. They're in the locker
They're
room
with each
together
other all the time.
Player lounges, on trips, media settings, all over the place.
And by the way, sports betting is legal in most of the country, 40 states, but it remains illegal in California. So, so we shall see what ends up happening with all of that. But I'm sure.
Wow.
I don't know if Shohei will get in trouble for this. We'll see.
Okay.
They'll discover things, I'm sure, when they do their investigation. But
maybe Shohei said, "Hey, is gambling legal here? Is this okay?"
Oh yeah.
And just misunderstood the answer.
No, it's not. He said yes. He said yes.
But he's shaking his head no.
Yeah, he's shaking his head no. I don't I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe it's something that got lost in interpretation.
Yeah.
We'll get to your Moody on the Market update here in just a moment. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
If you can click your heels together like...
Yeah, big money.
That's
big
super
money.
close. I don't know. If I'm Shohei, I'm lawyering up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. That's
Yeah, because unless he has it, clearly, because to me, transferring $4.5 million to somebody to, I don't think
he is a manager too.
I don't think you're putting it in the memo. This is covering your illegal gambling debt. Yeah, it's probably not clearly marked. So yeah, I could see Shohei getting into some hot water there.
I wonder what the bets were on.
Yeah, me too. Because it was it could have been anything.
Yeah.
It could have been
horses.
It could have been not even American sports. It could be because they know a lot about Japanese sports because they were around that, and Shohei was playing in Japan for a while, and so it could be. Oh, I'm gonna bet on the I can't remember the team names, but there's some big teams over there.
Well,
in Japan.
If the interpreter is feeling any pain right now from this pain-inducing task, all he has to do is just do an expletive and it'll feel better.
Exactly. I'm sure he's saying a lot of those right now.
Oh boy.
You're not gonna. You got $700 million. You're not gonna notice $4.5 million. That's it. Just want to help me out. Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, Teresa. Good to see you, Diane. Thursday.
Good morning.
This was a good week.
It was a quick week, I think. Yeah, felt like a quick week.
Yeah.
All right, Moody on the Market update coming up here in just a second. Stand by.
All right.
It's March Madness at Signature Dealer Group.
It's the morning show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Can I borrow $4.5 million? Yeah, we're friends, right? You trust me?
I'm sure you can, but unfortunately not from me.
Oh yeah, you didn't sign a $700 million contract.
I did
not. Yeah, that wasn't you.
I did not.
You. Wow, that's crazy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing more about that story later. But for now, we need to get to our Moody on the Market update. It's brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
And talking about the Benton Harbor Arts District and the Benton Harbor Arts Association, they're gearing up for their annual Spring Art Hop, set to take place this Friday in the heart of the Benton Harbor Arts District. Our organizers say the event will be an evening filled with the chance to explore vibrant local businesses that make up the Arts District.
So from 5 to 8 p.m., participants are invited to embark on a journey through the Benton Harbor Arts District, where a lineup of businesses will open their doors to showcase what they have to offer. Among the participating businesses are Pipestone Indoor Country Club, so maybe you can hit a few balls in there.
Absolutely.
The Brick House, grab yourself a delicious burger. Ben's Soft Pretzels. I heard the pretzels are pretty good.
They are amazing.
Really, really good.
And the little cheese cups that you get with them.
Oh, the cheese cups.
Yeah,
I just take the cheese cups. I don't even need the pretzel.
Ditto.
Just drink that. The Livery, ARS Gallery, the Ghost Light, as well as Forte Coffee, Forest Moon Collective. Haven't been there yet. I'm going to check that out. Water Street Glass Works, as well as Verde Juice Box, Hello Beautiful Boutique, and the Benton Harbor Public Library.
Yeah, this year's event organizers have added another element of fun, they say, an egg hunt.
Ooh.
Yeah, they've scattered the eggs throughout the district, and attendees are encouraged to explore the district's businesses and help find the eggs. I don't know if they're real eggs or plastic eggs. I looked in the statement that they sent us. Didn't look like it said anything. So hopefully there's some kind of treasure inside.
I feel like
eggs.
the plastic, that's the way to go.
You think?
Yeah.
Because if you don't find all of them, they don't smell.
Yeah, you don't want the hard-boiled eggs everywhere.
If you want more information about that fun event, it's the Art Hop. It's Friday.
Yeah.
So it's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. It happens from 5 to 8 p.m. You can check out the full article with all the details there at moodyonthemarket.com.
And your update is brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles. Rich Brand and Tarek Halsey of IMS Insurance. All right. Okie dokie. Teresa, you've been sick.
Teresa, what's been going on?
Oh, she also asked to borrow some money. She's been feeling ill. Could you give me just a few million? Could you imagine? I mean, put yourself in this guy's shoes. You're the interpreter. You're friends with this guy first and foremost.
Friends, interpreter, yep.
An interpreter, and you like to bet a little bit. It's just one of your hobbies. You like to bet a little money, and you're losing a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the risk of friendship and your job to ask for this money.
You have the dream job.
Yeah, you have the perfect job.
Yeah.
Like you're telling me you can't say, "Can I get a cash advance on my job here?" But now you not only you put your friendship's probably over.
Oh yeah.
Your job's definitely over, but your friendship definitely not so good. But then two, you're putting your friend who got this big money in some real hot water, legal jeopardy. So yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah.
I feel bad. Diane giving the well wishes to Teresa. Hope you feel better. All right. That about does it for the live stream.
One more aspect of this. You say Shohei Ohtani does understand English.
I think he does to a certain point.
Probably is very confident in understanding what he's hearing.
Yeah.
Or at least mostly confident. Not so confident in speaking it.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah.
What does he do now that he doesn't have his regular interpreter? Obviously, he can get another one.
He can get another one easily,
like in no time at all. But that trust factor,
the trust is
an understanding.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough.
Yep.
Maybe the FBI will send somebody over.
Yeah.
This is your new interpreter.
Because I mean, to be a manager, imagine being a manager in the major leagues.
Ugh.
Usually, I mean, the common languages you definitely need to know, or at least have trusted interpreters for, because that's, you think about the team too. The team created a relationship with this guy as well.
Sure.
So the manager and the team that works with that player needs to trust that it's being interpreted correctly. But yeah, being a manager, you got to know Japanese. You have to know definitely Spanish, because you get a lot of the Latin American players.
French?
No, it's not French so much. But at least those two. Japan and Japanese and Spanish for sure.
Okay.
I mean, Korean probably, because they do have some South Korean players.
I think baseball's an international language, just like love.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the one thing is they know how to they know where the pitches are coming from. They know how to throw them. They know how to move this side, steal the base, all that stuff. But
wonder how you say bunt in Japanese.
Ooh, that's a good question. We'll find out tomorrow.
Okay.
We got to get out of here. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you.